Experts reveal another hidden secret about Beijing's flood discharge. While torrential rains continue to create significant flooding in China, CCP officials have published a book about water control that has been widely ridiculed by the people. An expressway bridge collapses in Heilongjiang, and cement unexpectedly falls from a bridge cavern in Changchun. Is there going to be another outbreak? Plans to build shelter hospitals have been revealed in several cities around China, prompting questions from residents. Analysis: China's stocks briefly rebounded, and global funds took the opportunity to sell. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Experts reveal another hidden secret about Beijing's flood discharge. Significant flash floods swept across Beijing's Fangshan district and Mintugu on July 31st. In response to these conditions, the Yongding and Juma rivers initiated the release of floodwaters. Consequently, the nearby Zhuizhou area in Hebei province faced the brunt of these deluges overnight, causing significant damage and trapping a large number of citizens. Following that, on August 1st, a coordinated flood release was carried out across 8 reservoirs in Beijing's Chongping and Pinggu districts, in addition to the Yongding River's simultaneous flood discharge. Unfortunately, this exacerbating action only intensified the calamitous situation in Zhuizhou. Representatives from the Zhuizhou Emergency Management Bureau conceded to media outlets that the upstream flood release originating from Beijing significantly elevated water levels in the Zhuizhou region. This development ignited a heated public discourse, with some asserting that Beijing's deliberate discharge of floodwater towards Hebei's territories serves the purpose of protecting the even more downstream Xiong'an region. Wang Weiluo, an expert in land resources and water conservation based in Germany, conveyed his insights during the Elite Forum program. Wang Weiluo highlighted the significant investment of both time and resources, amounting to 6 years and 30 billion yuan, about $4.187 billion, in constructing a flood control system for the Xiong'an area. Li Jun, an esteemed independent TV producer, further shed light on the significance of Xiong'an to Xi Jinping and its political implications. Li Jun emphasized that the flooding of Xiong'an or its entire cityscape could involve profound political repercussions and impact Xi Jinping's reputation. This elevated significance has transformed the development and preservation of Xiong'an into a strategic imperative for the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. Consequently, the inundation witnessed in Zhuizhou is perceived as a consequence of these political ambitions. According to sources, Beijing has initiated flood releases and implemented diversionary measures as part of its flood control strategy. The primary objective behind these measures is to alleviate the pressure downstream and safeguard the Xiong'an area. Acknowledging the paramount importance of safeguarding the Xiong'an area, CCP officials have publicly emphasized this objective. In response to this imperiled situation, Zhuizhou has been subjected to a series of flood discharges to protect Xiong'an. Unfortunately, this protective strategy has led to a consistent rise in water levels within the town. Online appeals for assistance for the beleaguered Zhuizhou have gained momentum in recent days. Heart-wrenching stories have emerged, describing elderly residents and children trapped by floodwaters and households left devoid of essential utilities and sustenance. One poignant account from Chen Kong, a 45-year-old electrician, portrays his struggle to safeguard his grandson by taking refuge on a truck amidst waist-high floodwaters. And Huan, leading the rescue team from the China Volunteer Association, vividly painted the dire scene in Dashikio village, Zhuizhou, where desperate cries for help echoed from residents perched atop their roofs. Footage captured on August 2 by rescue teams has revealed the dire situation in Zhuizhou, unveiling water levels that soared to alarming heights, reaching as much as 8 to 9 meters. At their deepest point, floodwaters reached an astonishing 12 meters. The images depict a grim reality in which floodwaters have encroached over street signs, leaving barely a meager lamppost visible above the floodwaters. The CCP's actions extend beyond openly releasing floodwaters, as reports suggest that covert activities involving the excavation of flood embankments within the village have been carried out, seemingly with little regard for the lives of the residents. In a video shot amid darkness on August 1st, government personnel were clandestinely observed attempting to breach the west embankment of the Heisai Village Bridge in Baigo, Zhuizhou. However, their efforts were discovered and halted by vigilant villagers. An intense standoff unfolded between the villagers and the police at the scene. Pertinent questions were raised by the villagers regarding the unauthorized embankment digging. They questioned the rationale behind this action when designated flood discharge areas were already in place. Additionally, the villagers questioned the legality of these actions in the absence of proper authorization. They argued that had they not intervened, their village would have already succumbed to the encroaching floodwaters. The villagers expressed perplexity over the need for such an excessive police presence given the lack of contention between the local populace and law enforcement. The video evidence further depicted a distressing turn of events. Many villagers were forcibly removed from the scene by the police, compelled to board buses against their will. A villager who documented the unfolding events conveyed that the police had adopted an assertive stance, with armed and special forces positioned on site. Ultimately, their efforts to prevent embankment breaches were in vain, as a forceful opening of the dam led to the swift inundation of the entire village. Official media outlets reported that the Heisai Village embankment in Baigo, Zhuizhou, had indeed been breached, leading to an overnight relocation of villagers. Yet the villagers took to social media platforms to voice their discontent, questioning the necessity of such covert actions. They pondered why evacuation efforts were not prioritized over secretive embankment modifications and expressed their anguish over the devastating losses they had suffered. The sentiment was underscored by poignant expressions of the magnitude of the disaster and calls for accountability for the consequences endured. While torrential rains continue to create significant flooding in China, CCP officials have published a book about water control that has been widely ridiculed by the people. While persistent heavy rain has caused catastrophic flooding in the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region, Chinese officials' July 19 release of the book In-Depth Study and Implementation of Xi Jinping's important discussion on water control has sparked public mockery. Some have gone as far as satirically labeling Xi Jinping as an uncommon prodigy in human society. Mid-July saw official media outlets like Xinhua News Agency and CCTV report on the book's publication, a collaborative effort led by China's Ministry of Water Resources and distributed nationally through the People's Publishing House. The coverage, which also made the front page of the People's Daily, elaborated on how the book delves into Xi Jinping's significant discourse on water control, contextualizing its era, ideological foundations, profound implications, and practical imperatives. The book highlighted the strides made under the guidance of Xi Jinping's important discussion on water control, emphasizing solutions to long-standing water-related challenges and the resolution of major issues vital to strategic positioning, long-term growth, and public welfare. The book's preface, written by Li Guoying, China's Minister of Water Resources, underscores Xi's development of a scientific, rigorous, logical, and systematic theoretical framework for water control, deeming it a milestone in the nation's water management history. Surprisingly, within a mere 2 weeks of this release, the aftermath of Typhoon Doksuri struck Fujian directly, followed by its remnants sweeping across regions like Beijing and Hebei, resulting in severe disasters. Public reactions ranged from discussion to ridicule. Netizens expressed their satirical sentiments. Just as the whole country starts studying Xi Jinping's discussion on water control, floods arrive, quite a slap in the face. The heavy rain immediately following the book's publication serves as swift verification. Remarkably timely discussion. Some others humorously speculated, I sometimes wonder if the person deleting comments was doing so with a chuckle. My home's in Zhuizhou, Hebei's hardest-hit area, gratitude for the governance, a good leader of the people, a professional and specialized all-talented leader, a rare all-talent in human society, and China's good fortune to have such a leader. An expressway bridge collapses in Heilongjiang, and cement unexpectedly falls from a bridge cavern in Changchun. According to mainland media reports, at approximately 8:50 a.m. local time on August 3, heavy flooding inflicted significant erosion on the roadbed and resulted in a collapse in the region spanning from 253 to 254 kilometers of the G10 Suimen Expressway in Heilongjiang province, a segment known as the Harbin-Muzhou Expressway. The immediate aftermath of the bridge collapse saw two compact vehicles plummet into the resulting chasm. Footage from the onboard drive recorder of a trailing vehicle revealed the abrupt impact of a white car hurtling into the fractured bridge barrier, subsequently plummeting into the void. Official real-time surveillance videos documented the turbulent state of the river beneath the compromised bridge section. Eyewitnesses informed mainland Chinese media that, after the bridge's collapse, a black and a white vehicle both succumbed to the collapse, their occupants' fates shrouded in uncertainty. While official channels attribute the bridge's downfall to the influence of heavy rainfall, the Chinese online community expresses skepticism. Many netizens assert that the root cause traces back to the construction quality of the bridge itself. They question the resilience of the bridge's structural integrity, contending that a robustly designed bridge should be able to endure severe weather conditions without catastrophic failure. In their view, placing the blame solely on the rain appears disingenuous and counterproductive. On the same day, August 3, concurrent with the Harbin Bridge incident, an unrelated event unfolded in Changchun City, Jilin Province. A sizable chunk of cement unexpectedly dislodged from the West Bridge cave on Taipei Second Road, striking a passing vehicle. The occupants of the vehicle, a man and a woman, sustained injuries, with the man suspected to have suffered a back injury. Is there going to be another outbreak? Plans to build shelter hospitals have been revealed in several cities around China, prompting questions from residents. Following the relaxation of the epidemic situation in mainland China, a notable trend has emerged with the dismantling of various shelters and the simultaneous establishment of new shelter facilities across multiple locations. As previously reported, a community situated in Jiamusi City within Heilongjiang province has unveiled plans for the construction of a shelter hospital, a move that has stirred inquiries from residents. The official explanation is simple: the funds have been secured, making the construction imperative. Remarkably, the estimated financial outlay for the project's bidding process is projected to exceed a substantial 42 million yuan, about $5.86 million. Similarly, in a report published by the official Sina Finance Weibo account on August 2, it was revealed that Harbin, too, is embarking on a shelter hospital construction initiative. Simultaneously, Wenshan Prefecture in Yunnan Province is actively engaged in the construction of a shelter hospital. Notably, Harbin is presently engaged in a competitive bidding process for its shelter hospital construction endeavor. A plethora of online videos have been making the rounds, illustrating the aftermath of mainland China's decision to ease epidemic control measures in early December of the preceding year. These videos showcase the dismantling of numerous shelter hospitals across diverse locations. One notable instance is the province of Shandong, which invested a substantial 23 billion yuan, about $3.2 billion, in erecting what was touted as the largest square shelters. Yet, even after 2 months, the demolition remains incomplete. Similarly, in Shanghai, shelters that cost millions were promptly dismantled after their creation, instantly relegated to the status of waste. Astonishingly, some shelters had barely been completed before their deconstruction commenced. It is pertinent to note that mainland China is currently grappling with a renewed surge in COVID-19 cases. While second-time positive cases persist, there is a noticeable uptick in instances of individuals testing positive for the virus a third time. Concerns over the severity of these cases are amplified by testimonials from netizens on the Weibo platform, some of whom describe the sensation as akin to swallowing a blade due to severe throat discomfort. A worrisome trend emerges as reports suggest that a technology company in Beijing has seen approximately half of its employees test positive for COVID-19 for the third time within a week. Netizens are increasingly vocal about this resurgence, with many pointing out that Beijing's positive cases are coming fiercely. Analysis: China's stocks briefly rebounded, and global funds took the opportunity to sell. Foreign media analysis indicates that the recent resurgence in China's stock market might serve as a selling opportunity for global funds, given their skepticism about Beijing's ability to rejuvenate the struggling Chinese economy. In July, both U.S. and European long-only funds were net sellers of Chinese and Hong Kong stocks. Bloomberg's reported data also highlights Morgan Stanley's recommendation to clients: capitalize on the recent rally and reevaluate China's rating to equal weight. Among the major global stock indexes tracked by Citigroup, only the FTSE China A50 index showed short positions by the end of July. Concurrently, China and Hong Kong's primary stock indexes achieved their most successful month since a January Politburo meeting. Michael J. O., a portfolio manager at Matthews Asia based in San Francisco, cautioned, "History has shown us these surges often prove transitory." O emphasized that sizable investments by global funds in Chinese stocks have been scarce, implying that the recent market surge likely stems from investors reversing their previously bearish stances. Reflecting waning confidence among overseas investors, funds utilizing the Shanghai Hong Kong and Shenzhen Hong Kong Stock Connects to invest in mainland Chinese stocks reported net selling for the second consecutive session on Thursday. While Beijing aims to resuscitate its flagging economy, concrete actions have yet to match the rhetoric. Authorities aim to boost consumption and aid private businesses, but there are no direct cash disbursements to households or tax concessions for enterprises. While officials urged localities to stabilize the housing market, specifics were absent. According to Morgan Stanley strategists, the July Politburo meeting indicated policy relaxation, yet sustained positive shifts require substantial improvements in local government financing, real estate, labor markets, and geopolitical stability. Investor confidence remains precarious, note Garner and Wong, with past lackluster easing measures breeding caution. Despite bearish sentiment and lowered valuations, Vivian Lynn Thurston of William Blair suggests some may reconsider minimized positions, anticipating the potential for Beijing to ease enterprise loans and support real estate, contingent on funding and incentives. She emphasizes selective stock picking due to stimulus uncertainty, favoring robust sectors like alcohol, the internet, and athletic footwear. However, the absence of concrete measures exacerbates concerns over China's prolonged economic challenges, impeding sustained stock market rallies. Arthur Budagian, BCA Research's chief emerging market strategist, suggests a strategy of selling during rallies triggered by optimistic announcements. He anticipates the fleeting nature of the stock surge, citing the eventual downturn of the cycle and corporate profits. Don't forget to comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.